Hello, world history students. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have your notes for Chapter 25, Section 2, Empire Building in Africa. So let's begin. The factors that led to the new imperialism were the desire for markets for manufactured goods and investments, desires for raw materials, and the desire to protect European entrepreneurs or their businessmen. And also the rivalry that was spurring between the different European powers. European powers claimed territory in Africa when the British took control of Egypt and began to compete with the French over trade in West Africa, along the west coast of Africa. Belgium, under the leadership of Leopold II, began to develop commercial interest in the Congo, and Germany had declared protectorate over 4 African territories. Number 3, prior to the 1880s, Europeans controlled only some parts of the African coast. This kind of goes back to the time of the slave trade. But in number 4, the developments that spurred the expansion in Africa after the 1880s were the British takeover, obviously, of Egypt to ensure the security of the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal is a canal that was made to connect the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea to prevent Europeans from having to circumnavigate the whole continent of Africa, kind of speeding up traffic to the Orient. And the British and French competition over trade to the interior of the West Coast colonies. There was also the development of Belgium's commercial interest in the Congo and the rise of new powers that sought to establish colonial empires. Africans resisted European imperialism in places in battle and also with modern weapons, and sometimes even without those. You can look at some things that happened primarily like in South Africa when you had the Afrikaners and the British who were fighting the Zulu. And the Zulu, in some cases, were fighting with very primitive weapons, and yet fighting, as tenaciously as anyone else. In number 6, the only nation in Africa to retain its independence was the nation of Ethiopia. Not that they're going to not have to butt heads at times, but they do retain that. During the time leading into World War II, Italy tried to conquer Ethiopia, but was not able to establish a colony there before the end of the war. Thank you very much.